What's good, everybody? It's Mike Reed, and welcome to My Life Ministries, where leadership, influence, faith, and involvement are the principles that we look to live by every single day. And if we live by those principles, it helps us to help youth become motivated young leaders who implement faith every day in their lives as well. Today, I just wanted to get on here just to encourage somebody who may be going through certain situations, that may be difficult, may be hard. The struggle is most definitely real. Keeping your patience, keeping your faith, and just keeping your hand, close to God. It's a time to where it's becoming extremely difficult at the moment because of the things that you're facing in your life. And I just want to get on here because to understand that, have you ever been in a place to where you feel like no matter how much you praise, no matter how much you worship, no matter how much you pray, you feel like you're still in the same situation that you've been in. You feel like maybe God isn't listening. You feel like God is being silent. You begin to wonder, like, God, why do I have to go through everything that I'm going through in my life? Why does it have to be me who loses their job, or why does it have to be me who bills are behind, or why am I the one that's getting evicted? Why is my car getting repossessed? Why am I not able to feed my children? Or why am I going through all of this hell to where it just feels like so much weight is just sitting on my shoulders to the point to where I honestly feel like giving up. Those positions and those places of being in it, it becomes so real. But at the same time, you have a hard time pulling yourself out of it because the reality that's in front of you is just right in front of you. And so I want to be able to encourage somebody on today that, no matter what it is that you are facing, no matter what the situation is, let's not lose our hope. Let's not lose our faith. Let's not lose our trust in God. When God tells us to trust in him with all of our heart and to lean not on our own understanding, but in all of our ways acknowledge him, and he will direct our path. Let's stand strong and let's stand bold to the form of trusting in God. And I know that leaning on your understanding, it can take you to a certain place to where you try so hard to understand what's going on when we're not supposed to try so hard, to understand what's going on, because we'll never understand what's going on. We may be getting to sometimes you may get into a place to where, it's like, okay, God, I understand, what you're doing in my life, God, but, I don't understand why you're doing it in my life, and I know that that's somewhat of a weird way to say that, but it's the truth, like, God, okay, everything that happens in my life, you allow to happen and you keep me, but, it's hard, God, and it's a struggle, and, I cry every night, God, and I feel stressed trying to knock at my door, and I feel worried trying to knock at my door, and I don't know how to handle this, God. I'm praying and I'm worshiping and I'm reading and I'm doing all these things, but it's so hard because I'm looking right at it. And I know that you said that, we have to walk by faith and not by sight, God. And I'm doing that, but I keep thinking about it and I keep seeing everything that's in front of me. So, God, why me? And I know that those questions kind of come across it to where you say, Lord, why me? But instead we have to start understanding, why not us? Why not us? Everything that we go through in our life is going to end up for the good, even if we can't see it. But the one thing that you got to understand is that don't beat yourself up when you feel like you're failing in those moments. Don't beat yourself up when you feel like, you're confused, or you feel like, you're overwhelmed, or you feel like, you're stressing, or you worried, or you just feel like every wall is just caving in on you and your back is up against it and you really don't know what to do. And it gets to a point to where God seems so silent. He seems extremely silent, and you're wondering, like, God, I'm doing all of this, but I don't hear you. God, I'm waiting on you, God, but I don't see you moving. I don't see you putting these things together. I don't see you performing these miracles. I don't see you, making things happen in my life, God. Why am I in this season? This season right here is hard. This season right here is difficult, God. So, God, and when I'm calling on you, I'm waiting for an answer, but I don't hear you. So you ask yourself, God, and you try to figure it out. Like, what do you do in that silent place? What do you do in that silent place? Because, worshiping and praising you and praying, God, it seems like, that you forgot about me, but God has not forgot about you. Sometimes God will put you in that place to where it's a silent place, but at the same time, if things are silent, he still has you. And what you have to remember and focus on is that although it may be silent to you and everything else in your life is extremely loud to the point to where that's all that you hear, you got to thank God for the silent place, because when God is being quiet, that means that he is concentrating so hard on what he's getting ready to bring in your life. And what he's getting ready to bring in your life, I'm telling you that it's going to be so amazing. It's going to be groundbreaking. It's going to be mind-blowing. It's going to be on such a high level because of everything that you went through. And that's hard to look at it like that, because you're like, God, I'm tired, and the realities that's in front of me, it's driving me crazy. It's making me doubt at times. It's making me scared at times. It's making me, feel these type of ways to where I'm having restless nights, and I don't know what to say to people, and I don't want to be around people because I have all of this weight that's just sitting on my shoulders. And God, and I'm talking to you, but you're so silent. So what do I do in these silent places? In the silence, you have to sit back and you have to continue to praise God. You have to continue to worship God. You have to continue to move in God. You have to continue to trust and wait and just be patient, and I know that it's hard. It is hard. It is extremely hard, because you want to be pulled out. You want God to pull you out, and you feel like you're in a quicksand, and you feel like the sand is just coming all over you to the point to where you're reaching up and you're waiting for God to grab you out, but you're steady sinking and you're saying, Lord, and you find yourself getting frustrated. You find yourself getting frustrated. You find yourself getting angry, and you find yourself getting angry at God, because you're like, God, you said that you would never leave me. You said that you would never forsake me. But why am I going through all of this? Why am I going through all of this hell? Why am I going through all of this pain? I just don't understand. I just don't understand. If I am your child, why do I have to go through so much? Why do I have to go through so much hurt? Why do I have to face the things that I'm facing? But you have to face the things that you're facing, because God is getting ready to take you somewhere. And everything that he's doing for you is going to be so great. He has something in store. He has a ram on the other side of the bush. He has a ram that he's bringing up on the other side of the mountain. As you're going up this side of the hill, God is bringing a ram up on this side, to where as you get to the point to where God wants you to go, that ram is going to meet you. And then that's when your star is going to shine so bright. Your star is going to shine so bright. So I know that it's difficult. I know that it's hard, because we've all been there. But do not allow yourself to be lost. Do not allow yourself to lose your hope, because your hope is all that you got. Your faith is all that you got, and God will be your strength. So understand, when God is silent, please don't worry about the silence of God, because he's not silent. Because when he's silent, that means that he is focused. That means that he's putting together something that is it is the perfect thing for you. He's putting together the perfect plan for you. And as he's putting together the perfect plan for you, he does not need you to come in there to interrupt him. He just needs you to wait. He just needs you to be patient. He needs you to be patient. And many of us are out there right now that are going through those types of situations, to where we're just like, God, I'm just overwhelmed, and I'm done. I'm done. But we can't give up. We can't give up. Because that's what the enemy wants us to do. He wants us to give up. He wants us to be in a place of failure. He wants us to look at God as if he's not Jehovah Jireh, our provider. He wants us to look at God like he's not Jehovah Shalom, our peace. He wants us to look at God like he's not Jehovah Nisi, our victory. He wants us to look at God like he's not that. So don't give up. Don't give up, no matter what it is that you're facing in your life. Do not give up. Do not give up, because God has a plan in the silent places. When he's silent, he's moving. You may not see it. You may not even feel it. But don't try to understand what you can't. Trust in God with all of your heart and let him direct your path. Let him direct your path because he has plans for you. He has plans for you, and those plans are coming right now. I promise you they're coming right now. So anybody out there that is going through something to where you feel like all hell is breaking loose in your life, and you feel like everything is falling apart, and I mean literally everything is falling apart. You went from a season of harvest to a season of nothing. To a season of nothing, to where you're like, God, I just don't know what's going on. Did I make a mistake? Did I do something wrong? Is it my fault, God? Am I leading and dealing with something that I'm not supposed to do, God? Did I bring this on myself? Understand that you did not. That everything that happens in your life is for a reason and it has a purpose. So do not lose your hope. Don't be afraid when God is silent. Because I promise you, man, he's working behind the scenes. He's working behind the scenes on something spectacular for you. This is your harvest season. This is the season that your star shines bright. This is the season for your elevation. This is the season where everything lines up and brings wholeness in your life. You just have to trust and believe it. You just have to trust and believe it and tap into who God is. Because the moment that you do that, I promise you're going to see God move. You're going to see God move the way that he's supposed to. The way that he orders everything to move. God is ready. God is in control. We just can't give up. We can't give up. Don't give up on yourself. Don't let go of your hope. Don't let go of your faith. And most importantly, don't ever give up on God. Because when he's silent and you feel like you can't hear him, that's when he's moving the most. Just be still in him at moments. Be still in him and trust in God no matter what. Because I promise you that he's going to give you everything that the enemy stole from you. Everything that the enemy stole from you. And it's coming soon. It's coming soon. So do not give up. Don't lose hope. You guys be blessed. You guys be encouraged. Man, keep God first in everything. Keep worshiping. Keep praising. Keep thanking. Thank him in the middle of your situation, in the middle of your trial. Because I promise you that God's going to show up. He's going to show up big. He's going to show up big in your life. You guys have a blessed and a wonderful day. Stay encouraged. Keep God first. He's coming.